Do you have a wish list ahead of President Ruto's visit?
Certainly, we have a wish list. And of course, the first wish list, now if I speak generally about Mount Kenya, is in regards to infrastructure. Because if we notice, most of the roads projects in Mount Kenya are stalled. And especially the Mau Mau Road, which again, I clearly always state, Mau Mau Road does not pass through Laikipia. So as much as I keep speaking for it, we need to consider our area of Laikipia on what road should be done there. But that said, the infrastructure is of course our first wish list. When I go to my own county of Laikipia, we have roads that gratefully the president has confirmed that they would be considered, and in fact like 2 of them have already been advertised and of course are waiting to be awarded. Of course electricity is an issue in my place, and I'm glad that tomorrow the president is coming to launch the last mile connectivity in a place called Ngarashi, where at least our people can now start feeling they're also part of the country once they have the electricity connection. And of course, with the electricity connection, job opportunities are created, people are better informed, they are better educated, and so many other opportunities come with our people getting connected. Of course, the other one is in regards to water. Laikipia would be requesting for a mega dam in a place called Pesi, because with water, we can be sure our people will be self-sustaining, and especially in matters of agriculture. And certainly, the other thing the president will be coming to do in Laikipia is to inspect the completion of an electric fence, which was begun about 6 months ago when he last visited Laikipia, and that is about to be completed. So those are some of the things that we are celebrating in my county and looking forward for more to be achieved. It's also good to mention, and maybe I want to bring you up to speed on how some of these counties in our country are backward. It is the first time that Laikipia is getting a market constructed since independence. That is the Nanyuki market. We also have an Ilpolei market being constructed. We have another one that will be constructed in Wiomireria. Our Nyahururu market will be constructed. We have one in Supili to be constructed. Another in
By the president?
By the government, yes. So those are some of the things that are going to happen. Of course, for you, you may think, why would they be getting a market in this day and age, getting a market at a time like this in this day and age? When you consider Mudhurwa was built a long time ago, Karatina market was built a long time ago. So for us, we have a lot of things to celebrate that the current Kenya Kwanza government is doing for our people.
Lakini,
yeah.
Do you need the president to do these things? You need the president on the ground,
yes,
for a last mile connectivity project to start and get finished, or for a mega dam to be put in a government project, Eric, or for a fence to be completed.
Eric, we don't need the president for these things to happen, but I'm sure from where you sit, you know that the government never has enough resources for everybody.
Yeah.
So what we do in terms of lobbying is, in fact, there are times I have even had to invite the chair of budget to my county for him to visualize, see how difficult and how the hardships my people have to go through, for him to understand. When the president comes to Laikipia County and I show him a farmer who had grown all his crops and have been harvested by elephants, it is at that point that he'll make it a priority that this electric fence needs to come up above in the priority list against what had actually been prioritized.
But why? Look, you are elected. You plus, how many MPs are there in Laikipia? Laikipia
we
East,
have
West?
three members of parliament plus myself.
Plus you?
Yes.
You 4 are in parliament?
Yes.
And your job is to represent your constituencies.
Yes.
You representing the entire county or the constituency in parliament.
Yes.
And you say these are the issues.
Yeah.
And your job is to lobby fellow MPs to allocate budgetary resources to these areas. Right?
Yes.
And then that goes to the executive for the executive to implement. Now you're toppling the apple cart here and saying it should start by the head of the executive coming to see a farmer who does not have a fence, and then the head of the executive going and putting it as a priority project for you to get. That means you failed as an MP.
No, Eric, you've turned my words around. Remember, I first mentioned the markets before I mentioned the fence.
And markets are a devolved function. First of all, that one is a whole different fight. But let's first focus on the other one.
As much as it's a whole different fight, it's also good to inform you that yours truly sits in the housing committee. And that is how today Laikipia has all the markets that it requires, because I know that's the need that we have currently. And I don't need the president to come to the ground to do that for me. What I'm telling you is there are some needs that if you, as Eric, you were explained to, you'd be like, why would we need an electric fence? You'd even think we are doing it for tourism purposes. But when you visit that ground, that is when you understand the needs of those people. I'll give you another good example.
My question is,
yes,
as the MP,
yes,
you go to Parliament and you raise this issue. And you say, because of animal encroachment into people's farms, this is the human-wildlife conflict, and this is how it's affecting the people.
Exactly.
Okay?
Yes.
You can even bring the committee responsible for a tour.
Yes.
That's a job that you do in Parliament. This president was in Laikipia during campaigns.
Yes.
This same president has been to Laikipia before. He came to launch an electric fence project.
Yes.
Now this same president is coming to inspect the completion of that project.
Right.
Come on, you're misusing a president.
No, listen, Eric.
Not even misusing him.
that is one of the many things he's coming to do. That is one of the many things. And it's good to also add that in the president's visit, he's also coming to reopen 9 schools that were rebuilt by the KDF because of the insecurity issues that we've had in my county.
Why does he need to come and open?
There.
Eric, it is in his visit. Those are just goodies, but part of the visit, and our aim for him to come to our county is for us to, for him to understand the demographics of our county better. Recently, there was a joke going around this whole country of when the president spoke about a road and he described Tarbach, Bogadashe, all those things. I would want the president to come to Laikipia County, be able to speak about Mandanyuki Rumuruti Road. A road that if today it was constructed, that road would connect Laikipia West, Laikipia East, and Laikipia North. That way the economy of my county would open up. That way the economy of my people would grow. So Eric, it's not about the schools, it's not about the electricity, it's not about the fence, it is about the president coming closer to my people, seeing their challenges, visualizing them. And so that when it comes to the priority list, because I must also tell you, Eric, as much as I go to the Tourism and Wildlife Committee, I'll explain to them about the electric fence. I'll explain to the committee on what are about our challenges. But at the end of the day, all those things go through budget cuts. What would make Laikipia not be that county that is going to be cut? It is out of visualizing the challenges my people have.
Right. We have to go on a short break. But Jane, unfortunately, what I'm hearing is if I don't sit on the housing committee, my people don't get markets. If the president doesn't come visit, my people don't get development, which beats the whole point.
Yeah,
we have
if
to
I'm
take
not
a
in
short
good
break.
books.
Yes.